excited to be here for the Energy
Yes.
Scan training preview. Yeah, Tanya, thank you for inviting me to be here with you today.
The more energy scanners, the better. That's what I say. Thanks. Thanks for coming, Daniel. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, my heart just aches for every person on the planet really to wake up to these gifts that they have, intuitive psychic gifts. And it
Yeah.
just so happens, the method I teach is very helpful for people who might be already connected a bit or a lot even, and they want to ground, they want to focus their gifts, and there's so many benefits, especially attract new clients fast, which is a big theme of what we're talking about today. So I'm really looking forward to diving into it and sharing with everybody today.
Well, let me introduce you a little bit. This is Daniel John Hanneman. He's been my mentor in energy scanning for the last 10 years. I first started studying with him in 2014, went through all of the series that we had at that time, and now I mentor and do energy scanning with people who are learning how to do energy scanning. I'm looking at my little certificate up there. It says that I'm a level 3 energy scan specialist and one-to-one mentor. And that's really what I do with people is I help them to move through this information and to practice and to, become a sounding board for them as they go through this, because energy scanning is well, what it is being able to use your intuitive powers to an extent that you can actually help somebody with them. When I first started out as a massage therapist back in 1986, I have to look up my diploma there. I was picking up information from people all the time. I didn't know what to do with it, and I knew I was getting information. I knew it was coming from the people I was working on. I just had no idea what I could do with it. And then I went to chiropractic college and I was doing the same thing with people in chiropractic college. When I got out, I was in practice, I was doing that. And I was like, there's more to this. There's something else. There's a part of me that is not being used. And so I found techniques that I could use that were really helpful. But when I started doing energy scanning, it's like it all fell into place. The information that I was getting, the way I could help somebody with that information, the way that I can help somebody see themselves as the holistic, kaleidoscopic, infinite being that they are, is a huge gift. And that's what people need. They need to be seen. So when I'm doing a scan for someone, I'm giving them a picture of themselves that they may have never been able to see. And often I hear, I have never been able to put words to it. That's what a lot of people say. You're hitting the nail on the head. That's another thing people say. I can't believe you know how that happened or what's happening. I've never been able to really understand what that feeling was. This is all the things that we get to hear from people. And I myself get energy scanning. So when I'm hearing that from someone else too, it gives me kind of a leg up on how do I want to approach something that I'm going through in my life? How do I want that to happen? I've always been able to tell when God's speaking to me, but before it was like the big 2x4 of harsh reality. And that's not always the most fun way to learn. So honing your intuition, honing and being able to exercise that and unlocking those abilities, those gifts. But if the gifts don't get used, they can go away. So we want to make sure that you're able to use those other two senses besides the first five, to use your intuition and your psychic ability to be able to exercise that and use it as the gift that it is to help other people and to help yourself.
Yeah, totally. And I just so appreciate that, you've been here, on this journey together with the energy scanning and the trainings, the certifications we had done in the past, and maybe bring back once again. I did take a pause from some of the energy scan training, not because it's not amazing, but because my soul was just called another direction for a while. But we've trained hundreds and hundreds of people. You've been at many of these trainings now, especially
Yeah.
lately, even extra lately. And like what's really cool that we're doing this together today is that it's not just me saying like it totally works. Like almost everybody that comes to the training is able to do it like right away. Like right away. It's not like we teach the technique and they're like, oh, let me give it a try, and then 6 months later, maybe they're starting to make some progress. And like right away, like
Right.
they start being able to do it, and then it's a matter of confidence, and then yeah, then you can go deeper, and more will come through. But right away they start seeing like okay, this is someone in a train. I don't even know them. Here I am telling them things about themselves that I didn't know, but I do know somehow, right? Through the
Right.
technique and the training that we give them. So I'd love for you to just even, we're going to talk about the getting new clients fast, definitely. But I'd love
Yes.
for you just to talk about because I go on and on about it. I'd love to hear your voice today to talk about what you see with the people that come through the training in that respect, especially.
Well, it's really interesting because when I'm doing an energy scan with someone, I'm really getting to know them in a way that, they don't have to tell me a lot. I ask two questions before I start a scan. What's your greatest pain and what's your greatest joy? And from there, I can really hone in on where the blockages for those things happening or not happening. Where are those located? Because we're doing it through the chakra system, which I'm very familiar with. So it's been just an amazing experience to watch people go from 0 to 70 in, 2 days. And it's not even 2 days because we start practicing. Don't we start practicing on the first day? We
That's
start
right. We do a number of
practicing.
practices the first day, and people are already like, "Yeah, this is working. This is actually there's something
It's
happening here,
amazing.
right?"
The first
It
session that I went to with Danielle, and I was like, used to going to these seminars where there were 400, 500 people. There were, I think, 21 people in this class. And I was like, oh, what a relief. I get to be in with this group of people and we'll get to know each other and we'll be working with the instructor, Daniel, and we'll get that kind of one-on-one experience. And it was just such a relief to not be hyped up, to not have the loud music playing to get everybody excited for no apparent reason. It was just, I was so used to that. And I was so pleasantly surprised that we were in a smaller group. And that first day, I was working with somebody and I said, I was one of the instructions that you'll get is if there's something that you notice while you're doing this, then use it. It's there for a reason. And I was working with someone and I said, were you really like wild when you were a kid, when you were growing up and you just like were all over the place? Because behind her, I saw a flagpole and a flag just whipping around like crazy because it was extremely windy that day. And she said, yeah, that's what came to me when I saw the flag. I was like, oh, she was wild. This is what I'm getting. This is something that's coming into my mind that flag is telling me. It's not talking to me. I'm not like out of my mind, but I'm just like, this is an impression that I'm getting. She was really wild. I said, but there was somebody in your life that really held space for you, that was really there for you all the time, that never left. She said, yeah, my dad. And, I don't know. I just felt like I've been set free. I actually am experiencing this. I'm helping her understand who she was and who she is now. We went on to talk about lots of other different things. We even had somebody in that class who was working with a friend, which I don't recommend. Don't work with somebody because you'll leave stuff out. And she did. And she was explaining what their exchange was like. And she said, well, I didn't mention this, but I did see something going on with your left foot. And she said, why didn't you say that? There is something going on with my left foot. So when we know somebody, we tend to hold back a little bit more, I think, than when we don't know somebody. So
Mhm.
it's happened to me when I've taught this class myself to have somebody say, well, I don't know, I didn't really get anything except I saw like a red Coleman lantern. And the woman that she was he said, a red Coleman lantern. Did you say a red Coleman lantern? She said, yeah. She said, well, we used to have a red Coleman lantern and it's on my dresser right now. And that red Coleman lantern, there was a whole story, a
Right,
whole
right, right.
beautiful story from her life that came out because the other woman said, well, I don't know, red Coleman lantern. I don't know. This is the kind of
Yeah.
thing that when we're experiencing it, we kind of can't believe that it's really something. And that happens to all of us. We all go,
Yeah.
really? That's something? And then it is. And we go, how
Right.
did I know that? Because
Right.
I'm opening myself to my intuition, to what I'm getting. I'm not dismissing everything, which
Right.
is what we do.
Right. 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 So, I mean, that's what you build a trust muscle. We talk about the trust muscle because we're all at some level naturally psychic and intuitive. Maybe some of your energy channels are just a little tight, but the training this puts you in a trust zone, a safety zone where it's like, no, how you're told this is black magic to even begin to open to this stuff or whatever, like all the old programming and the past life persecutions that people have had,
Mm,
um, burn at the stake, whatever, all the usual stuff. It's like, okay, all right, you're in a safe space now. You can do this. Remember, you can do this. Like someone's like, you remember? Yeah, you can do this. And then yeah, we have the techniques and stuff to help you with it.
yeah.
But like at a fundamental level, you just know as well. So then people are in a container where they're able to experience that, and then they learn how to what to kind of look for, like okay, you might look at for these things. We go through the chakras, we train on the chakras as well, and they get to pinpoint what's going on in those energy centers. So it might be good to know that, wow, the person you're talking to, boy, they look really, really meek, and like maybe wow, they're probably just real quiet and everything. Also, you go to their throat chakra, you see this big energy, you're like, oh my God, dude, do you already speak on stages? You seem like a powerhouse. And the next thing you know, like they're a world-class speaker, but they're just quiet and privately, right? Like the things that doesn't seem like a big deal to help them, but like you wait, it's just uncanny. Or you're able to see like specific issues that they have in their life based on that scan. There's no way you could know. Oh, it looks like someone left your life recently. Feels like maybe an uncle or something. They're like, yeah, my uncle just died or whatever. Like things like that happen all the time where you pick that up and you pick it up at a certain energy center or I
Mhm.
see it in your heart or wherever it may be. And then there's a reason why it's particularly heavy or perhaps maybe there's core wounding or you've gone through 10 lifetimes of feeling unworthy and undeserving and see it really lodged, like especially in your crown chakra. All right. Well, that's the space where you're opening, to source, initially. If that's off, like everything else is, like you a chiropractor, soul chiropractor, right? Like everything else is going to be off. So like we need to get that adjustment done, right? So it's a chiropractic sort of language. I mean, you get the
Yes.
adjustment done. And so it's a no-brainer. That's why you could attract clients so fast. It's number one, you go to offer an energy scan, people are intrigued, period. You know, oh, hey, how about a discovery session? We'll see why you're not getting sales. Oh, crap, you're going to try to sell me something. Hey, let's do an energy scan to see what's blocking your client mojo. Oh, yeah, okay, that sounds really interesting. Mostly they're not even thinking like that, wow, you might
Yeah.
be wanting to be a client. They're just thinking like, this sounds really cool. And so that's why you're going to get a lot more responses to something like an energy scan. It's different, it's unique. It doesn't immediately have the implication like, yeah, it'll totally be my client. And that's what I'm after here. Like, because that isn't our number one goal. Our number one goal is to presence people, to bring a depth of, seeing them first. And then if it so happens that they're ready for a change with what we've picked up on, like, okay, and so how does that want to happen? Does it want to happen maybe to work with me? Maybe it doesn't. Like we explore it rather than
Right.
it's like, all right, you got stuff. You better work with me. Here's what it is. The 10K is worth it, or you're gonna die tomorrow. Like, that's not
Yeah,
what we're teaching.
we don't do that. We don't do that. You can do it or not. That's the one of the beautiful things about it is not only are you making a space for someone to say, I want help, can you help me?
Hmm.
And then you give them the energy scan and they can see that you probably can, but you're also seeing if that's somebody that you really can help. Is
Right.
it somebody that that I'm gonna be able to interact with in a way that is gonna help both of us? Because
Hmm.
whenever you're scanning someone else, you're scanning yourself. Whenever you're healing another person, you're healing yourself. So it's always going to come back to you. And you might go through periods where everybody has a certain problem. And like the next three people you see all have the same situation going on in their life. It happens like that. It happens like that in practice, in chiropractic practice. It happens like that in medical practice too. People, it's just like an energy that happens that moves people in to your experience. And then you can decide between the two of you if this is something that you want to continue. If it's something, and then you can have packages ready for them. You could have all kinds of things that you can do for them. I do a YouTube live videos twice a month for people who want to go into the YouTube space. I have, a group that I run on Facebook. It's whatever you want to do. And then
Mhm.
what you're doing is helping people to get the help and assistance that they need. It's up to them to ask for it. It's up to them to come to it. You can offer to everybody. But when
Mhm.
someone says yes, then that's where the client shows up. So some
Trust me,
people might come in as,
wherever you go and people are open at all, they want an energy scan. I
yeah,
always say I'm the most popular person at really any conference, any event. I got my table there. I'm saying I'm offering energy scans here for free, even a brief one for 5 minutes. People are like, sign me up, right? And it's so easy to attract new clients that way. I sign up people consistently at those type of events to be clients. I mean,
absolutely.
um, so I mean, it's really simple. I've seen others do it, not just Tanya. Like again, hundreds of people have come through the training, and I've seen people, come right out of the gates and do it themselves. Like people, I've got, you'll see the testimonials when you take a look at our training, the 2-day training. Tanya will be there and helping facilitate everything, and as I'm going through the training, and then she does some of it too, but yeah, you'll see like all the testimonies. People are like come right out of the energy sketch training. I'm every single person I'm talking to saying yes, and
Yep, happened to
I
me.
mean, yeah, because if you come through with the right intention, the right energy, especially you're going to take off. But even if people that are like more like, well, we'll see or whatever, at least there's momentum. At least there's momentum, and you know, if you're hungry for clients and you're really intending clients, you're going to get new clients 100% with this
And
method.
and
100%. There's
here's a
no way
really
you can
cool
screw it up.
here's a really cool side effect that's really the effect is your spiritual life gets deepened. You're actually
Yeah.
growing yourself spiritually doing this work. And
Yeah.
that's something that I really wanted in my life. And I didn't necessarily want to get from organized religion. I wanted to get it from directly from source because I don't believe there's anything between us. It's me and source. That's it.
Mhm.
And so if that's appealing to you and you want to deepen your spiritual life and your understanding and your discernment of what's you and what's spirit, what's God, what's source energy, this is a great way to do that too. Even if you didn't ever get a client or you didn't want to, you might change your mind because you feel the difference that it makes for you and you want to share it with people. So it can work a lot
Right.
of different ways.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this was again something I mentioned. Maybe, I just did a Facebook Live that Tanya saw just before we jumped on here, and I was talking about, I think I was talking about there. I'm talking to so many people, I feel like sometimes lately, but I was just talking about, yeah, one of the people that just did a number of scans after the training is like, I'm so glad not only I did the training, but I did the follow up with you because, the more I do it, the more I start to realize like what's me and what's somebody else too. Like
Mhm.
I used to be just carrying around other people's energies and I thought there was something going on with me. And truth is, it's the energy I'm picking up on. Now I can see it, I can catch it right away and do something about it. And we talk about that stuff a bit during the training. Like you don't want to be running around, and you empathic, sensitive people carrying other people around with you all the time. It's exhausting. Even with me, as much as I know better, like it's easy for me to sense and feel what's going on for other people, even unconsciously. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, why am I having these sensations? And then I gotta realize, like, maybe it has nothing to do with me directly, but I'm so tapped in, like I might be connecting with somebody else. So we have to have discernment, but yeah, you get more the clarity and the tools.
Yeah.
Obviously, like if whatever shows up for you, whatever like is getting in your field, so to speak, is something for you to address. Like it's already there. It's not like someone else gave it to you, but it's like because it's in the field and it's active in the field and you're open or you got something going on in your field that's related, then it hits you. Like I almost had a panic attack. I had almost like a panic attack one time, and it turned out that my sister was the one having the panic attack. It's like at the same time because I just could pick up on it. Like I wasn't even trying to scan her; it just came in, and then using my tools, I was able to get through it pretty quickly, and also
Yeah.
ask for help from my wife, who's an energy scanner and healer. You get through it fast that way, but um, so it sounds more negative now, but but no, my point is you can do something about it, whereas some of you are laying in bed and getting things all the time and you don't know what to do about it. I'm just saying it's going to improve, not get worse. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not just about scanning the person's energy, it's about how knowing what to do about it too.
Yes.
So even if
Yeah.
you don't have a whole lot of modalities that you do, or you just have one, or maybe you don't have any,
Mhm.
you're picking up from source what's being shown to you about this person. So why couldn't you pick up how to help them too?
Right.
It's all
Right.
there.
Right.
There's nothing between thee and me, is what I say. But I'm Quaker, so what that's the way we talk.
Yeah, I mean, and as you get more attuned, like you're more intuitive, and if you're,
Yeah. Oh, you got muted. I think you hit mute, Daniel. Did you hit mute? Your sound just went off. I don't know why.
yeah,
There, now
no,
you're back.
we're live. No, I think it's on your end. It's
Really?
showing up on my side, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. So yeah, I mean,
Uh-uh. And we're back.
oh yeah, that was totally on my side that time.
Well,
Okay.
see, this is what we're talking about.
Okay, hmm. so you paused your recording, right?
I paused it when you went away, and then I started it again when you showed back up.
Okay. Okay.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. So we're back, guys. All right. So anyway, the bottom line is like you get more attuned. Like I've told Tanya this many times over the years, but like I says the more you're doing energy scans, the more clients you're gonna have. Like not only because you get a chance to make more offers, that's obvious the obvious level, but you're also at a higher vibration. You're also more of a magnet for more people that want to work with you because oh, you're open for business. Oh my God, where's Tanya?
Mhm.
Like that's what starts happening. Like when I track my months and how they went, with revenue or whatever, like when the typically the months I'm doing the most energy scans are the ones where I'm doing the best. Not every single time, but it highly, highly, highly correlates. Like I just offer more energy scans. They're fun to do anyway, and you're gonna make more money in your business. So yeah, there's no way you can lose. Like I say, is like people are so impressed by what you can do, even if they don't hire you, you can ask for referrals. Do you know anybody else that'd like to have an experience like this? Oh yeah, right. They might host you to their groups. They might, directly connect you on a DM or an email or whatever introduction. Like there's so many ways, or even it could be through your website, I guess, or whatever, however you want to do it. There's so many ways to get new clients through this. So, but that's another way through referrals. Like I've gotten so many referrals through the years, even from people that didn't become clients. They just like, well, wow, this is really powerful though. I want to refer my friends. Okay, great. Okay, let's do it. And then all these people become clients. So much so like people are so impressed by what you can do that like I have one person in Slovenia, right?
Mhm.
And she's got so enthused. She's brought so many people to energy scan training. She's done it herself, of course, as well. Now she's literally running events herself to bring people into the training, along with other people that had gone through the training with her. All by themselves. Like they're just doing it because they're so passionate about it. They are affiliates, but they're doing it because they're passionate about it. They are on fire with it. That's why they're doing it. And most of the people that come into my training, um, most of them have come from referrals, like from the people that come through it, the people that know how good it is. Like, so that tells you like every single person that comes through training always says they want to give me a testimony, they want to refer people, almost every single one. There are some people like, well, I know it's going to happen, but I'm not quite there yet. But that's like 5 or 10% of the people. Like everybody else is like ready to go. They're really enthused right away. And last one we did, Tanya, I think you were there at the end. We're all just sitting there staring at each other like nobody wanted to leave because it just
No,
feels
we all
good.
want to have a sleepover.
I
That's
remember when we used to do our live events, people would say things like, "Can't we just do this every day for the rest of our lives?" Right?
right.
This is a good life.
Hang out together and scan, have a good time and enjoy each other. Yeah. I mean, that's really what it comes to is like you bond with those people. I'm friends with the people that were in my class
Yes,
all those years ago. I'm
yes,
friends with them.
yes.
I've seen people just bloom and grow like crazy from
Perfect.
doing the energy scans and moving forward with their life. It's not like you're going to stay stuck in your stuff after that. There are people who are doing amazing things, and Daniel can give you a list of those amazing people. But
Mhm.
it's just a wonderful thing to see how people can move through their own blocks, doing the energy scanning, and then helping others do that too. So it's good,
Mhm.
like that we
Mhm.
say for your highest good, for my highest good. My highest good is good for everyone, not because it's mine, but because when I'm at my highest good, it unconsciously, subconsciously gives permission to others around me to be at their highest good. And so,
Mhm.
who are we to
Mhm.
minimize ourselves? Who are we to make ourselves less than? We're amazing.
Yes,
We're a
yes.
miracle.
It awakens you to that you are infinite. Everybody says we're all one and we're infinite. Well, you really get an experience of that when you start energy scanning. It's like, wow. Like one of the guys that we had come through last time, I think you were there when he said that. Well, maybe no, you weren't there. He told me privately this after the training. He literally has no background in healing or anything. He's just starting on the spiritual path, really. And he's like, wow, like I've never been that connected in my life. The only time I could get that connected is like through psychedelics in the past. Like, but now like I can do what I command with the energy scanning, right? Like the
Yeah, and you
energy
can
scan
scan
technique.
yourself too. So
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
scan yourself. It's not something you have to have another person for. Of course, it's always nice to have two people together to share that, to share the information and to share that energy because it helps make it bigger. I mean, one light's great, two lights great, five lights really great, one light. So it's a
Right,
beautiful thing.
right.
I had somebody tell me after the last session that we did that they had never felt grounded the way they feel now. They felt like they were in their body for the first time in their life.
Yeah,
So,
yes.
what you're doing is not just looking at somebody, you're actually helping that energy shift for them too. So, I tell people, I do a spotlight scan 30 minutes. When I do a full intuitive energy scan, it's a 90-minute session with me because we're doing some healing too during that. But even with that 30-minute where I'm looking at the most um the two chakras or three chakras that are the most like show me those chakras so they want to be seen. Um Even when we're doing that, it's a healing thing to be able to see what's going on with someone. And even if they don't continue with you, even if they don't become your client, you've given them something different that nobody else is giving them.
Right.
And that's rare. That's
Yeah.
rare in this world.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you stand out. I just talked to a colleague friend of mine who's actually, quite I want to say, well, quite well in the circles of healers and whatever coaches and all that stuff. And uh, I was talking with her yesterday. It's been a while since we caught up, and I was sharing what's going on with me and my business and everything. And then she started sharing with me, and she's so like the first thing she said is, well, I just have to say this about you now. She said things before about X-ray vision, all this stuff. She says, it's just like you're just at another level. Like you're an exquisitely tuned piano in my experience of you tuning in. Like it's like something like that. And I credit it though to not just a gift I have, but also that it's the practice and then it's the technique. You have to just start to and it's the trust that's built up through utilizing the energy scanning. And so this person, like a well-known person in the field, she's bearing her soul to me, all kinds of things she's not telling hardly anybody else, because she trusts me. I mean, she's probably, if I offer her, she'll probably do a session with me. I'd probably be like, hey, let's do a session on that then, right? Because she feels so connected to me because I have scanned her before. I have sleuth things. I'm like, this is because your sister did this or that. She'll be like, wait a minute, I never thought I get psychic readings all the time. And I never heard that one before. So this isn't like somebody barely gets readings. This is a person that like knows tons, like hundreds and hundreds of psychics. I mean, yeah, hundreds and hundreds of readings.
Yep.
So this does take you to another level. We have people come in and say they get downloads nonstop all day, but once they learn how to center and focus with the tools we give them in the training, they're like it grounds them, and also they feel like they have like I want to say like kind of a control on it. Like I can actually bring it on command
Right.
and focus
Right.
it and use it when it not rather than just pops in, right? So it's quite potent, and when you use it on behalf of your clients, you can pinpoint all kinds of shifts for them energetically and with coaching too. Like, you know what, that's going to change till you do X, Y, and Z because you're just so clear and you're tuning into them. So there's so
Exactly.
many so many advantages.
That's the cool thing too, is that you're not just watching this person, but you're actually zeroing in on what they need to have happen. So sometimes when I do the intuitive energy scan, the full one, or even the spotlight, I'm saying like these are negative things and they're going to show up as negatives because I'm looking for where the pain is. Where did it start? What prompted all of this to happen? And let's get down to the root. In chiropractic, we always want to get to the root cause of something. Well, you can have a subluxation, a misalignment of a joint, right? And I can fix that, but it can go out again. And why does it go out again? It goes out of alignment again because the muscles pull it out of alignment. Why do the muscles pull it out of alignment? Because there's an emotional physiology that happens that's been memorized by the body and it pulls it out again. Okay, now why isn't that stopping? And that's what we can see doing the intuitive energy scan. I can see why that's not stopping. Oh, if I look back in generations, there's been generations of women who are suffering in grief who are not letting the grief go, and now it's landing on you. And that's the way we can start to do the healing. So
Yeah.
you could go
But
pretty deep with this.
you can really get a lot clearer on where to focus the healing because when you learn
Yeah.
Reiki or you learn hypnosis or you learn whatever the coaching is or whatever it is, like, well, this is how we do it. Kind of ask them questions, try to ascertain what the problem is, and
Yeah.
kind of be intuitive about it. But imagine you know precisely what the issue is because you've tuned into it. Now you can direct the healing directly to that, which makes it way more powerful. I mean, again, I think about all the recent people I've talked to, like someone I worked with me for just one session, but a week later, I did a follow-up. I just did it yesterday. He says, I just feel so light since we did that session. I just feel so light. And I can't place any other reason why I feel light other than that session. It's got to be that session. And it's a huge thing this person is moving through with their safety and security to expand in their life and their business. And it just wasn't safe until now it is. The door has been open because I could tune into what was going on and the processes I used then in the healing. I was able to, because of my intuitiveness, I was able to direct it. And then he's left feeling like I worked with tons of coaches and
Yeah.
different people, but you're just different. You're just different. So you really do stand out. And it's not just me, like you will stand out too. All you have to do is learn how to do the energy scanning, start showing up with it consistently. And we do teach you a healing technique as part of the training and you'll just find you're a natural healer. Like that's why we don't do a lot of training on it, because although we can teach you profound other things and take more time to get into, but like the basics go a long, long way. Like they're very, very profound. So people, when we do the healing round, the direct healing round, everybody comes back. They're like all glowing and they're like, oh my God, that was so powerful and everything. So
True.
yeah, it will
Oh,
make you a client magnet for sure if you just follow through and just allow yourself to enjoy doing these energy scans. Yeah.
so the training's going to happen September 28th and
Yes,
29th.
yes.
It's a full 2 days. You're going to be there from what, 9? We start at 9 o'clock,
Yes, that's 9 to
right?
6.
9 to 6. So you got to schedule that in for the 28th and 29th. We're going to be there the whole time. It will feel like it goes fast. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to come out of those 2 days, you're going to go, what just happened? Oh my gosh, I have this skill that I can practice. And you're going to be ready to practice with people on Monday. You will, and you want to, because it's exciting and
Yeah.
you want to build that muscle of being able
Yes.
to do it. And so you're going to start asking people, hey, I want to complete 10 scans this week. I'd love to work with you. Is that something you'd be interested in doing? And then you just say, do you know anybody else who might like this? And
Yeah.
it'll just happen like that. There's not a lot of trying and striving, in other words.
Hmm.
So you're going to just allow it. And Daniel, don't you have something special for people if they sign up?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, guys, if this is resonating for you, and I mean, we want, we were hoping to do some sample scans today, but that just didn't, it wasn't in the cards for today. But guys, I mean, if you know me or you know Tanya already, if likely you know Tanya, and you probably already got a scan from her, as my guess. You know the power of it directly yourself, and you can do it too. So if you're interested, yes, there's a link that we have for you that will be posted, however you're taking this in. And then we do have a special code for you to get this training. Now, normally it's 12.97, and guys, I mean, people will tell me whatever price it is. Usually, people are like, "This is priceless. This is invaluable." And many people have told me, "Just you need to charge more. You need to charge more." And so, but it's just 12.97 right now. It's 9.97 is the regular price at the time of this recording right now. And then we also have an added discount for you. So right now, it's for people listening that are from Tanya. It's $222 off. And all you have to do is use Tanya's name. That's the golden key.
Just me,
The
capital
capital
T.
T apparently you need though. So yeah, make sure you capitalize that proper name or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, use that in that where it says a coupon code. Usually it says something like that, coupon code, and just
Yeah,
put
it's
Tanya.
promo code. You just click on that and you put in there with a capital T, Tanya. The rest is all under, undercase.
T
Like
A
you
N Y
normally,
A.
yeah, like
T
you
A.
normally
Right.
would do it, right? You know how you normally would type it, right? So just
Yeah,
type that in there, apply it. It'll take the 22 off. And then it's like what, 700, I don't know, 770 or
that's
something.
math. We can't do that right now.
Somewhere in there, 770.
It'll do it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, you don't have to calculate it, but it's around 777, I think, right? So that would be
Oh,
cool.
and you guys, like,
If it
what you're
were that,
gonna
I
get
think it's
out of it,
775 actually, now that I think
yeah,
about it. Like,
you, what, what you get out of it will absolutely pay for itself.
oh yeah, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, because I honestly, people that go through it, I've had people tell me you're not charging enough.
Yeah,
Like that.
and the
Yeah.
other thing that happens, Daniel, is when you start doing the scans and somebody says, "Well, can you help me with that?" And you say, yeah, I can help you with that," and you want to do the healing with them, then you get to charge what you want. This
Mhm.
is by the time you're done with 10 scans, somebody is going to ask you within those 10 scans, "Can you help me
100%.
with this?"
100%. 100%. If you even don't make an offer, somebody's going to say, "Oh my God, could you help me with this?" 100%. Yeah, and that's
And then
why
you can call me up or you can call Danielle up and say, "Okay, I've got a client. What do I do?"
now,
Now what do I do? But
wow,
it's fine.
we're cooking with gas, so to speak. So yeah, it does happen. I'm really good at getting people to commit to doing those first 10 energy scans right out of the gate. And most of the people, I would say most of the people get it done pretty fast. And they do it. They do follow through. It's up to you to do it. You have to actually do it, but like, yeah, you'll either way, you'll be absolutely grateful. It changes you doing this process. It is an attunement. Everybody says that too. It's like an attuning process. And then we don't leave you hanging. Like some people do ask up front, isn't there more after this? Yeah, where our support structures involved for you if you want it to continue. Not everybody chooses to right away, but they'll be there for you, whether you want to just kind of get it going or you want to go fast and get lots of clients, go to six figures, whatever. We'll have it there for you. We'll have what you need. And during the training, yeah, a big piece of training is how do you, get clients? How do you get clients? Like how do you need to show up? How do you need to show up after you do the scan to let it be easier, let it happen, to enroll the clients? There's plenty of training on that as well, so that you're not just sitting there trying to figure out how to have these conversations. You'll even get practice with it during the training. Like, let's start learning to have more fun with it. You don't get so serious. Oh my God, I'm going to receive money. Oh my God. Like some of us, it's like, just let yourself receive. You're just making an offer. Just make an offer. It's only $50,000 or whatever. I don't know. But even if it's $500, it's only $500, and they have that mentality. So growing your prosperity consciousness is definitely a part of this as well. It's just getting out of the idea. I have specific strategies and tactics that'll help you to bring in those clients fast, no matter what level you're at.
That's right.
Like, okay, you're just getting started here. Here's the tactic. This will absolutely land. You will get clients if you do this. So we'll have those ready for you.
It's true. It's all true.
Mhm.
All right, so you're ready to do this. I'm going to put the link underneath this. So when you click on the link, it'll take you to the page where you register, and then you're going to put Tanya in where it says coupon code or discount or whatever it is. You're going
Promo
to put
code.
my name in, promo code. You're going to put my name in there with a capital T. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
that way you'll get that discount, but the discount's only good for the next little bit, right? It's that discount ends when?
Oh, it ends, I believe, at 8 o'clock. What is today? Today's Thursday. 8 o'clock tomorrow on Friday is my understanding. So my assistant set this code up. I believe it should last until then. So don't wait
I'm gonna
because
see
I'm
if I
not
can
sure.
get them to go till Saturday morning.
She'll lobby for it, right? But rather than lobby for more time, guys, jump on it as soon as possible.
Yes,
This is
please do.
expiring any
I don't know
moment.
if I can
It will
convince
expire.
them.
It will expire. That's no joke. It's
Yeah,
going to
it will.
expire.
It will
Uh,
expire.
get after it, yeah. And join us. So yeah, and if you have questions, you know how to reach us. I imagine if you're seeing us on social media or wherever you're seeing us these days, you can reach anybody, right? So reach out to us if you need to. If you're clear already, then just take advantage of it while the discount applies.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing you in the class. It's going to be so much fun. And it's so much fun when you're ready to go in and you're ready to play all the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
join
And
us on the 28th and 29th.
absolutely. One last thing, because this is absolutely true. If you're like the vast majority of people that come in, 1000%, you will be forever grateful that you did this training. It'll be one of the best things you've done. Like I just got a post, I give these posts pretty regularly, but I got a post, a comment on my training, preview call I was doing. And somebody who did it like 12 years ago was like, yeah, that was so huge. I did the energy scan training like 12 years later. This is how powerful it is. Guys, you will not regret it. 100%. If you have an intuition, if you know you have these gifts at some level, but you haven't been able to maybe get to the next level with it or unlock them completely, this is what's going to deliver that. It's also going to help deliver those clients to you as well, big time. So as long as you just start to show up with these gifts, and we'll help you with that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Daniel. I so appreciate it. I'll be putting this all over the place so people can see it. And remember to sign up before, what did you say, midnight on Friday? Or 8 o'clock on Friday?
Yeah, 8 o'clock on
8
Friday
p.m.
is what it's set for
8
right now.
p.m. 8 p.m. I'm saying 8
Yeah,
p.m.
8 p.m. Central. Yes, 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 yes. So
Thank you
it's
so much. I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
yeah, that's true. Okay, all right.
All right.
All right, lots of love. Thanks, Tanya. Bye for
Thank
now.
you.